Please join me in a very, very warm welcome for Ms. Rebecca MacKinnon. Thank you.
Good morning. Thanks very much for having me today. I want to start out by repeating a story that I tell at the very beginning of my book in the preface, because I think it's appropriate given that we're in Berlin. When I was in China working as a journalist in the 1990s, I happened to read a book by the British historian Timothy Garton Ash called The File. For those of you who aren't familiar with this book, it's about what happened here in Germany after the wall came down and people from East Germany had a chance to look at their Stasi files for the first time. And he documents the experience of many people he had actually known and whose lives he had followed from some time as they went and got their files and discovered who had been informing on them for many years, and in some cases very traumatically discovering that lovers, colleagues, neighbors, sometimes close relatives had been informing on them, and kind of the trauma that some people went through in making these discoveries. And so when I read this book in China, this was around 1997, I decided it would be really interesting to discuss it with some of my Chinese friends. And so over dinner one night with some fairly sophisticated friends who work in journalism and the arts and so on, I told them about this book. And one of my friends put his chopsticks down, looked around the table and said, "Someday in China, we'll be able to do the same thing. Then I'll know who my real friends are."